Hello, valued viewers. I hope you're doing very well. A couple of weeks ago, we did this battle where a 1980s Soviet anti-ship strike attacked a 1980s US carrier group. It was a good battle, but like many of the war games I make, it was relatively small in scope. It was a set-piece battle. These guys attacked these guys. There's not much fluctuation. It's not really tactical. So Kortana, who attended, said, I can do better, Cap. I can do a better version that's bigger in scope and actually tactical. So the decisions that you make really outcome what's going to happen in the battle.
What I decided to do was use the South Atlantic map and essentially use the Falklands as Iceland. So it's up to the north. So what we have is a slightly slower pace, more tactical version of what's going on. It's a little bit accelerated over what it probably would have been in real life, just because we don't have hours to do this. But the idea is we have a squadron of F-14s up, positioned for cap. We have our AWACS is pushed north of the fleet, covering their most likely avenue of advance. Keep in mind, in this case, the Soviet Union would be essentially northeast of where we are, their most likely avenue of advance. But because of how close we are, it would be pretty reasonable for them to be able to effectively attack from every direction of the compass if they really wanted to. For the case of this one, I went ahead and just limited it so that the only possible avenues of attack are from the northern hemisphere. Nothing's going to come from the south of the fleet. Beyond that, I have it set up so exactly what spawns where is somewhat dependent. So obviously you see there are a ton of lines on the map, but that not all of them are relevant. The idea here is that once the Bear bombers, the Tu-95s, are close enough to the fleet, we will get a message saying that the fleet has likely been detected. At that point, we'll probably take off. I'll probably have us go northeast. The idea is that at the same time, the remaining F-14s on the Truman, the remaining squadron that would be there, are going to take off and go in different directions to attempt to intercept as well. And hopefully we can knock out enough of the enemy aircraft in order to make it so that the Aegis systems and everything else on our fleet are able to defend against the missiles that lead through.
Any questions from my human pilots? Obviously, this is the first time we're trying this.
Are we in Tomcat Alphas or Bravos?
We're in Bravos. So the squadron that are in the air are in Bravos simply because fuel efficiency, essentially. The squadron that is on the deck and will be taking off are Alphas. So, and then we're all in Bravos. I did plunk some F-18s in there for us as well in case somebody doesn't have the F-14, but with AIM-7s, your utility is going to be kind of limited.
And is there tanker support?
There is not, no. I mean, in theory, if this was actually to be done, the F-18 squadrons would essentially be carrying buddy stores so that the F-14s could run away and go do their thing. I went ahead and just didn't have them in here because I don't think that they'd end up being relevant to the fight.
The refueling, I've read a bit about this, is not as simple as we think, because the refuelers that they would have used, I think it was the Vikings they used, or the Intruders, I forgot, only carry a very small amount of fuel. You can't actually refuel a few Tomcats. So you'd have to have a whole squadron of Vikings up there just to refuel a squadron of F-14s. It's a huge operation. I never realised how complex these Cold War refuelings were.
Also, we've got our own carrier. It is set to invisible and immortal. The AI will completely ignore it. It's essentially only there so that we don't have to fight against the AI when spawning.
Also, the format of today, viewers, because it's a tactical battle, you're not going to get much out of it if I fly a plane, however much I would like to. So I'll be a cameraman. Kortana will be the controller, the GCI, whatever you want to call it, and the guys will, of course, be pilots.
So what I went ahead and did for this one is we're going to be facing up against 8 regiments of backfires and 2 of Badgers. Yeah, it's a pretty heavy strike, but at the same time, the actual fleet composition that I went with on our side is also somewhat optimistic as well, with 3 Tychos in the fleet, as opposed to the normal 2. I thought about doing a 2-carrier situation, but getting the AI to behave and target things properly just wasn't working super well. So we have an extra escort more than we normally would.
Right, stand by for whatever's about to happen. Welcome in, viewers. Today's pilots: Fire, Simba, Poosh, Matrix, Dark, Cannonball, Bird. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Viewers, we all have, because it's full, milsim's maybe not the right word, but full tactical, we all have different view settings. So the pilots in here can only see what they should be able to see on their maps and on their data links, which is whatever their radars can see. Kortana has the ability to see whatever our whole data link can see, but she doesn't have God mode. Me, as a spectator, I have two options. I can have the same as Kortana, which is what we've got now, which is whatever our sensors can see or a data link can see, which is nothing at the moment. Or I can go into cheat mode. And just me, I can do this, and I can see everything. And I think that might be a bit more useful because we can see everything, but Kortana will only be able to make decisions on what she can see. Most of the time, I'll spend in Kortana's view, tactical commander.
It's alright, I'm expecting Dark's flaps to get jammed and take off.
I'm probably going to explode an airplane. Woo!
That was dangerous.
Right?
When does the trigger go, Kortana?
Should be soon. There it goes. Go ahead and get airborne, get up to 30,000 plus feet, and start to proceed sort of east-northeast.
Guys, because this is full tactical, I would suggest keeping off afterburner wherever possible. Because you're going to run out of fuel and everyone's going to get annoyed.
Yep, so if you want to take off and head roughly 060.
Oh, gave me Cat 4.
I still don't have anything on my scope. Oh, there we go. Yep.
Yeah, you noticed that.
All right. So I have a massive group, Bra 050 for 518 nautical miles.
500 miles. Kortana, you've gone all out. Really? 500 miles?
I had to use this map for this exact reason.
Nerd.
We literally don't have another map that's big enough to make this work. Okay, I've got a second group, roughly 090 from the carrier for 550 miles. I've got an AI flight headed for the group at 060. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and have you all 090 magnetic. They're about coming up on 525 miles out.
Launching Cat 2.
That's my boys. That's my boys there. Oh, is the AI carrier launching as well, I wonder?
They are, yes.
Yeah, look at that. So,
total of 2 squadrons, so 24 aircraft.
Roger.
Yeah, I went ahead and gave everything different liveries, including the humans, just so they're easier to differentiate.
So this is the older F-14 viewer, the one with the old engines.
Watch out when you take off from the Cat, there's a flight of 4 AI Tomcats heading opposite direction.
This is what it was like if conflict had happened. Thousands of miles with Soviet bombers designed to go thousands of miles to take out US carrier groups. That's a supersonic bomber with, what's he got, KH-22s? Supersonic Mark IV capable missiles.
Send me going off Cat 2.
We have 2 regiments of presumably backfires based on speed, 090 for 500 miles at 40,000 feet. They're starting to sort of drop in and out of scope here, but...
Tell me they're not bugged. Looking. No, they've just out off a weird radar aspect.
Yep.
An interesting one where they were popping in and out of AWACS coverage at yesterday's mission. It was because, well, I don't know. It's because of the new code they've got for the radar. Probably.
Okay, I've got a new group, 300 for 500 nautical miles.
Well, we've got some talking time, viewers. We were saying how hard it would be to keep...
turning 300.
No, no. Go ahead and continue to press on the group at 090.
All the forces to go to 090.
Yep. So, because right now I've got AI that is pushing roughly in the right direction to intercept that new group that just popped up.
I was just saying how hard it would have been to organize an attack like this on the Soviet side viewers, all these regiments of bombers take a huge amount of organisation. They all have to refuel as well, and getting them in position from a carrier group where the Soviets wouldn't even really know where this is. It would all be triangulation and a bit of guesswork. It's a monumental task. Kortana's in here, and she's got the responsibility of probably, 7,000 lives on this carrier strike group. And if she makes a bad call, like happened in the Tom Clancy book, then a carrier can get hit. A lot of pressure.
Got a new group popping up from the carrier group. It is 270 for 340 nautical miles.
Are they allowed to
Also
know the
40,000 feet.
Are they allowed to know the aircraft type, or would they not know that?
They would not know that.
Roger. It's a blip.
Would you like any of us to go there?
I do have an AI group headed in that direction. If there's anybody just now leaving the carrier, maybe Cannonball, do you want to head that direction?
Roger, 270 for Cannonball.
And then maybe Simba, if you want to head that direction. You're also close to the rear.
Copy 270.
The eastmost groups disappeared completely now, Kortana. Can you imagine the panic? Well, not the panic, because they'd all be professionals, but can you imagine the tension? That's a better word. What these pilots are feeling right now. Of course, the F-14 designed for this to shoot down backfires and bears at 500 miles. F-18, not so much. Much more multi-role. Which is, I guess, why the F-14s got sacked in the end, because there was no more Soviet bombers to worry about. And it just wasn't as good at multi-role. Uh-oh, more bombers going off scope. But another one coming back on. Look at that. I wonder if it's a set amount of channels the AWACS has. No, doubt it.
I don't know. It probably just struggles with the range. So, that and the fact that they're all hot aspect. Bird, go ahead and come left to 080. They're 400 nautical miles away from you now.
So, fire, bird, push, Simba, cannonball. Where did Matrix go? Is he disconnected again? There he is.
I know he's out front.
There's a friggin' hoof in it.
Is that who I'm following?
Don't know. Can't find you, Doc. Where are you? Yep, that's you, Doc.
Just let me know if I should go,
Someone since we took off.
if I should light the fires and kick those tires.
I wouldn't.
Oh,
You get
400 miles,
yet.
I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
No, and that's sort of what I have the AI doing too. They're kind of loitering in positions where they can cover the distance when they need to, but won't burn all of their gas.
Yeah, so if they intercepted
RTB.
now, they would be tactically ineffective, so they've got to wait. So this would all be planned by a commander somewhere.
Air battle commanders often in the AWACS.
Roger. Doesn't that make him a bit vulnerable, though? Because an
No,
AWACS
which
can
is
get-
what.
Not in this case.
That's why they're protected.
Start to see why
AWACS is safest place to be in the fleet.
anti-AWACS missiles are such a big thing with Russia at the moment.
All
Yeah,
right, still tracking 4 groups. Oh, 5th group popping up. Essentially due north from the fleet. Also at 40,000 feet and at roughly 260 nautical miles. There are 2 AI groups that look like they're sort of vectoring in that direction, though, so no worries about those.
What do I got that's 190 miles out in front of me?
Nothing at 190. At 225 nautical miles, I have 1 regiment at 40,000 feet.
My radar's saying 189.
Ignore it.
Interesting. Looks like 2 regiments in the northern group. So the northwest group, the northern group, the northeast group, and the eastern group are all 2 regiments. And then looks like the western group is 1. At least one of these groups is not backfires.
Wizard Chevy 1-1.
Go for Wizard.
Request range to bandit.
Draw 084 for 288. I'd say y'all can probably go ahead and push up a little bit. Maybe just keep it at mill.
Yeah, already at max dry.
Showing 2 ship heading 170. Or I'm sorry, 270 for 170. And I've got another 4 ship at 252 or 250.
Yeah, it's just bad
Another 4
ranging.
ship.
It's bad ranging for some reason, Simba.
Oh, you don't question Jester Cap.
Alright, just saying. Missiles.
Yep. The AI are firing on the northern group. And Matrix, what's your fuel state?
12.2.
Roger, just stay on the track.
yes.
I'm picking up 4 contacts on the radar at 500 feet at 140 miles.
Okay, I don't have those. As a matter of fact, I don't have any of that group anymore. Keep an eye on that. It's possible there's something low.
Matrix, were you first off the ship?
Hey, firm.
Okay, a couple miles back off your right wing.
Roger. I've got estimate raid 12 number, Angels 400 inbound, range 220 miles.
When you think it is prudent to do so, go ahead and kick up to afterburner and engage. You've got a better feel for your fuel burn than I do.
It's a very cold and wet and rough ocean down there.
Exactly.
You're a good swimmer, Matrix. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was once, not anymore.
Cannonball, is that you with me?
I am
Doesn't really
trailing
matter
you.
how well you can swim if
By
you
ways.
freeze to death in under 5
seconds.
minutes.
Who's on the 250270 with me?
Oh, wait, that is me, Simba. I'm ahead of you.
Yep.
So
Are you picking up anything 40 miles off our nose?
I do have contacts, but I'm trying to...
40 miles off your nose is a friendly group of F-14As. They are just sort of... Yeah, they're just sort of loitering around at the moment. They're coming back towards you for some reason.
1.5 regiments destroyed.
All right, Matrix, that group's within 300 nautical miles of the boat. I'd say you guys should probably kick it up now if you haven't already.
Roger control.
All right, birds going fire.
Cannonball 500 feet, 100 miles out in front of us, roughly heading 250 is what my radar's picking up. If you want to keep that in mind at your scans.
At about 100 out.
All right, Northeast group is being engaged. Looks like the AI flight that was supposed to head in the same direction y'all are heading is going in a direction I did not intend them to.
Yeah, they do that.
So y'all are on your own.
I mean, that's simulating human error, those Kortana, which is a real thing. Think how many communications there's going on. Someone's going to make a slip up.
New contacts behind the first group.
You're tracking 8 contacts?
I'm tracking, appears to be more than 8 contacts. There's a second group behind them, but they're just lit up as boxes when I'm yet.
Oh, boo, the planes aren't showing up on scoreboard.
Oh, no, they're not.
Never mind.
Well, 2 of them did.
Yeah, that's weird. Really weird. Don't know why that's a thing.
That is really weird.
Doesn't matter if
But it's not frozen. It's still tallying missiles that we're firing.
Anyway, I can see everything that's going on.
Cannonball, what's your current heading?
Current heading 256.
Copy. I think I've got you visually 5 miles out in front. I'll let you be shooter. I'm tracking, we're about 60 miles out.
I think Cannonball's a Hornet.
Yep. But I'm not going to fire a Phoenix at something that's 500 foot off the deck.
Cortana, that Western group's disappeared. Friggin' stealth regiment.
Yeah, I know. It's somewhat concerning.
Cannonball, I'm going to break off and scan about 30 degrees to the right of us.
Roger that. First target locked.
All right, birds finally seeing the targets here. Roughly
All stations,
060.
bandits are jamming.
Roger, you're headed right for him.
Yeah, they've all got big jammers on.
125 nautical miles now. Appear to be 24 aircraft in that group.
Roger, 12 bombers per Soviet regiment, viewers. Come on! Man, these Phoenixes are slow.
Oh! Pop-up group directly beneath you guys.
Just define who you guys.
Sorry, Matrix.
Oh,
Bra,
shit!
080 for 20.
You're an ice
On
wing,
deck.
Cortana. How could you do it?
Matrix, roger.
Matrix, go ahead and push through. Bird, 040 for 45. Go ahead and come due north to intercept and drop.
Dropping.
Poosh, 050 for 75. Go ahead.
Fox 3.
Go ahead and come left to 040 and drop to low altitude. They just popped up, heading up to about 5,000 feet, it looks like.
Yeah, Poosh has bricks.
Break. Kortana, check west, question mark.
Affirmative. All right, have a second pop-up group to the west. Cannonball, you just overflew them. And Simba, they are 200 for 17 miles on the deck. They're at 3,500 feet.
Roger.
So you're going to want to come more or less due
Yep,
south.
I got them.
Yep. All right.
I have an idea of where they are.
Looks like 2/3 of a
Cannonball,
regiment
Hawk
is
1.
what I'm seeing so far.
What have I done to this Tomcat? Why is she shaking?
And keep in mind that because of inadequate assets, the drones are Su-24s, if you see them.
Cannibal wish he had a friggin' Tomcat now. He's trying to catch up a Mach 2 bomber. Simba, hurry up and kill them all. Viewers, I'm going to cheat mode at this point because I think it's the best thing for me.
Jesus, that missile is slow.
Yep.
Bird's got the idea.
Okay, Jester's calling him out, but he's not locking him.
Jamming.
Yeah, I don't think that first missile's going to hit anything, Matrix.
I was well within range.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it lofted.
No, it didn't. Tally with them now.
Pull out your shots, everyone, otherwise I can't see it.
Fox 3.
Fox 3.
All right, looks like we're going to have some leakers from the northeastern group. Still too soon to tell on the northwestern group. Northern group has been entirely eliminated. You guys are engaged where you need to be engaged.
Should
Fox 3.
Cortana fire? Should I turn back around and get these backfires that went below me?
Negative. I've already got 2 aircraft on that. Go ahead and go for the high guys. Raw 090 for 50. I've got 2 aircraft tasked on 24.
Cannonball, Fox 1. Cannonball,
Bird. Fox 1.
22.
It's off now.
No track.
Why is you not track?
Matrix merge.
Fire Dad, just a heads up, we've got 1 friendly in the mix, straight off your nose.
Copy.
Alright, that's a lock. Fox 1 again.
Fox 3. Fox 3.
Flash.
3.
That one looks like it's gonna hit fire.
Fox 3.
Oh, no, it's not.
Unlucky bird, your missile is too crap. Wow, fire's gone nuts.
Oh, missiles are in the air.
Oh, missiles are in the
They're
air.
launching.
Oh no.
Going 42 thus far.
Well done, Western Group. You've been chewing them up.
Fox 3.
Splash.
Cannonball trying to fruitlessly catch him up in his bog.
Simba, Fox 3.
Looks like the lower groups have not fired. The groups that are on the deck.
They don't have the
They're
range.
gonna get a little bit closer,
Yeah.
So
Splash.
Western guys are firing. Some bitches. Kitchen's in the air west, kitchen's in the air east.
Flash.
Poosh, Fox
Cannonball,
2.
Fox 1.
Fox 3.
Simba, Fox 3.
Bird. Fox 3.
going
Cannonball
66
splash,
missiles in the
222.
air.
Poosh, splash.
Alright. Push and bird, it's up to y'all to reduce the number that can possibly be fired.
Yep.
I think
Fox
the
1.
groups that you're attacking now are the only ones who have not yet fired.
All I've got is heaters.
Now that stupid thing lofts. And it's not going any faster than I am.
Yeah, mine went
Alright.
left either.
SM2s are up.
Splash.
Splash. Fox 1.
SM2's up.
Fox 1.
Old block of an SM2, I suppose. Oh, right, here we go, already. Kitchen's getting intercepted.
Yeah, not much threat from that western collection of missiles.
Push Fox.
The eastern one that's
Splash.
really concerning.
Oh, jeez, all SM2's
All
going
done?
out now.
Another splash.
Boys,
Vector to closest targets.
There's nothing you're to be able to do.
Buster East.
$72 missiles in the air.
72, 73, 76. Where are they all getting fired from? Oh, the close ones are now firing. Uh-oh. That's bad news, and they're close.
Bogey dope for push.
Cortana buckling under the
Call
pressure.
it, yeah, call it fraud. 310 for 10. You've actually got one that's headed right for you at 3,500 feet. Due north now.
Come on, carrier. Do better. Must do better. Jeez, they're all converging. There is nothing the fighters can do. The fighters can't catch up with these missiles.
Nope.
Hard to know what to watch now.
Fox 1.
They're getting whittled down, but is it fast enough?
Uh-oh. First impact. We're about to lose a break. OHP. Smash. OHP down.
Oh, crap. That just knocked out my radar. Okay, alright, now they're starting to pop back in.
Oh, the big disc group's going for the carrier. About to lose a Tycho. Use your friggin' Seaways, you giant knob. Seaways worked. Yeah, smash. Tycho, best O. As it were. Where's the carrier? Okay. Yes, most have not gone. No, it doesn't matter. Scratch it.
I was gonna say, I'm seeing rims. No,
Rims are out.
that's not a
C-RAM. Did they
that's
even
not a
have
good
C-RAM?
sign.
They didn't have C-RAM in 1980. Best pretend you didn't see that, viewers. We can't turn it off.
Not like I can't tell it not to fire them.
No, you can't.
I suppose I could have put a forest hall in.
Yeah, it's these things, viewers.
It's just a Navy sailor standing inside of
There
a
you
metal protected cylinder.
What I know, Ted.
Are we allowed to
Alright,
respawn?
that OHP
No.
died.
Once you're out, you're
There's
out.
not much point at this. Yeah, at this point, there's nothing we can do.
Well, someone send the helo, please, because I'm out of fuel.
Come on! Come on! It's gonna be close! It's gonna be close! I can't see! Oh no! 1,000-pound warhead smashed to the carrier. They dive 50 feet into the carrier or more before exploding, viewers. It's absolutely devastating. She's still afloat. She's still afloat. Keep firing.
Oh my gosh, so freaking close.
She's still going. She's still... Yeah, she is still... She's still going. How she survived a warhead like that, I don't know, but let's work with it.
Armored deck.
Armored
Oh
deck,
my
baby.
gosh, it's so freaking close. Come on.
Yes, yes, no, yes, no. No, we'll see what's that S. Shoot it down with your friggin' 911s, knobheads. Oh, yes, they got it. Yay! And there's a couple more coming in, but they're dregs. Ooh, viewers, so the carrier survived, but the losses with those two missiles coming would have been, I mean, it's not sunk the carrier, but the carrier group is out of action, obviously. All right, let's finish off what we can. Those are in a position to do it. Bird, if you've got... Bird's got no canopy. Our weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, Bird, I believe.
Out of fuel.
Oh, not only fuel. Poosh, on the other hand, is much more conservative. And he is chasing down suckers to wreak his Rwenge.
Hard time catching up.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Mark 1.9 bomber. And that's why they would have been so effective and dangerous. Bear, not so much. This... But they didn't have the range of the bear, obviously, so it's apples and pears. Well done, Western Group. You really did save that Western flank. Her Poosh, his max speed is 40 knots slower than the bomber he's chasing. Oh, yeah. Poor Boggington.
Is there anything worth me going at? Or should I just...
Yeah,
I've only got 5,000 pounds.
Keep heading.
There's nothing within 100 miles of the carrier at this point.
Yep. All right.
There's one KH-22, but
Just gonna get
it's already got,
missiles out on it?
there are already two missiles out on it. It's not gonna.
And
That missile hits
And
the
it's
boat.
dead.
it's dead now.
I don't know. You might be able to make it to where the OHP sank and where they'll be doing recovery operations.
Kortana, you can get pushed to intercept that Tu-22 that's heading towards him if you're fast.
I don't see one headed towards him.
So push, because it's over now anyway. 200 magnetic for 16 miles. Angels 4.
200 for 16 and 4.
Yep.
Have they modeled blind spots on the E2's radar?
Yeah, some is
Because
changed.
that would be underneath the tail of the E2.
That's
Yes.
Some is changed because a lot of those were popping in and out.
Yeah.
I guess that's why
Oh,
in real
yeah, I
life.
see him now.
I guess that's why in real life you would have a whole squadron of AWACS out so they can cover each other's blind spot. Maybe, I don't know.
Passing on your left.
AWACSs don't tend to be in close enough to have too many blind spots.
I probably should have put a second one up.
Right. Also, they didn't know an attack was coming, so you might only have one up.
I am out of fuel.
A lot of Tomcats not making it home today, just out of fuel.
Tomcat ball.
Bird stalling.
Boost got a fuel.
Bird always stalls. Where is he? That looks fine.
Well, I'm not holding it anymore. Bye, Baird.
Oh, he's not in the cockpit, so...
Best thing you can do is dump that piece of shit.
Oof. Harsh truths, guys.
Maybe I can... No, it blew up. I was gonna say, maybe I can sit on top of it while it floats. Jester and I will get close, hug each other for warmth.
Still Tomcats.
Simba 2-wire.
You got a 2-wire Simba.
Affirm.
The problem now is the bombers have had time to get up to Mark II. Even the F-14s can't keep up with them. Bunch of the Northwest escaped because they were just too fast, viewers. Poosh. Oh, Poosh failed to kill the baddie. That is unfortunate, Poosh. Talk us through it. What happened? Oh, I see what happened. Yes, I see what happened, Poosh.
Okay.
It appears you've had the same fate as the boys.
Yep.
Never mind. Can't be helped. Docks and fire airborne.
Well, falling with style.
Here's a question for you. What altitude would you eject if you're in this situation and you're out of fuel? Because you wouldn't want to eject too high, would you? It might
No.
get cold. You don't want to get cold.
Try and get as close to the nearest friendly surface unit you could.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope that your poopy suit doesn't leak.
Then again, if you told them you were going to eject, it might actually be beneficial to be under canopy at a relatively high altitude because it means less time you're going to be in the water.
Oh.
I'd rather be in cold air than in cold water.
These are big decisions you've got to make, guys.
Yeah, but we all know you like jumping out of serviceable aeroplanes, Kortana.
This is true, but generally not into water.
You don't do it in water.
Takeoffs. You've done many more takeoffs than landings.
Yeah, like 550 of them. Indeed.
I'd rather be that number is 0.
I'd rather be where Simba is, at the bar on board.
Yes.
In fairness, I've landed every single time that I've taken off. It's very, very difficult to take off and then not, return to the Earth.
Yeah,
That requires a lot of money. It's all right. I have a little glider made out of fabric.
Right, come on, cannibal. And the aeroplane. Look! Even a bog survived it. That's amazing.
He's not down yet, Cap.
Yeah, chance of actually landing. You may want to end the video now.
Nope. And no one's watching. That was sarcasm.
I feel like you'd be
We
really
all are.
poetic if you ran out of gas right now.
Although technically, I'm not sure you'd be able to RTB on the real carrier because it's all shut up. Maybe you would, but you'd have a bit of a fire to contend with.
Nah, they had it out before I landed.
Friggin' Milsim Simba putting his friggin' chocks on. Jesus.
What's the button to get to the LSO station again?
Yeah, sure.
Alt F9. I'm already doing it. Well, I'm looking.
Oh, really?
Hold up, hold
Really?
on.
Well, we're not waiting, so you're going in the drink. All right, Simba, can you please cycle the mission so I can get to the TAC view? In fact, let Dark kill his man, and then cycle the mission to get to the TAC view. One of the AI is landing on a human carrier.
Oh, he is chasing it. Nope, his engines are spooling down.
Who's a silly young man?
That's not gonna make it.
No, there isn't. Actually overtook it, believe it or not. Doc.
So ended up seeing, what did it end up being? 5 groups. One from the west, east, northwest, northeast, and then due north. They were sort of popping in and out. So what did it end up being? It ended up being 11 regiments showed up. So at least 3 of those were decoys of some sort or another. So that said, we took out the majority of the aircraft that went into the air. So for reference, anything that's called killer is a backfire. Anything called dagger is a drone, and anything called assassin is a badger that deployed the drones.
So what's Hunter?
Oh, Hunter is, those are the Tu-95s.
What did they do? Were they AWACS? Or
no, those they have the big look down radar for finding the fleet.
So the Blue Danube.
Yeah. So they triangulate the fleet's position, don't they?
Yep. So there were 4 of those.
Right. West did really well. They got through. They went over because we had that dark spot in the E2. They went over them before we even realised what had happened, and then Kortana realised, and they just got them on time. So West was done nicely. Obviously, the North were all taken by AI, and they were all done, well, mostly nicely. That said, I did see some missiles coming out from somewhere, some leakage. The main problem was from the East. Same problem. The boys only realised when they were over them that there were these low down guys, and they never really chewed enough up.
No, in the West, we saw them. I called them out, and then that's where Cannonball was headed, so I vectored off to find the other targets that were still at Angels 30.
Yep. Now, the good thing about it, all modelled as fairly as we can, viewers. There are a couple of inaccuracies, but there always are. Only 2 missiles made it through, which is amazing, really. So the carrier group, although it is out of action, survived, and you've still got all those thousands, most of those thousands of souls, and those aeroplanes probably could have recovered to have fuel and land. So the Russians lost, I don't know, I'm guessing 70% of their bombers. So probably about 7 regiments of bombers lost, I'm guessing. About 3 made it back. So I would say that has to be, well, I think that's a US win, isn't it, guys? Is it? God, I don't know.
I would say it is
draw?
because
marginal, but yeah.
Because the Soviets didn't take out the carrier.
They didn't take the carrier, and they lost so many assets that they couldn't try again, or at least not with an attack of this scale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
West
the thing.
won the war.
Anyway, I found that really enjoyable, viewers, especially because I didn't make it, so I didn't know what was going to happen. Usually, obviously, I know what's going to happen. So it's kind of a nice surprise. Viewers, you let me know what you think. Do you want to see more of this kind of thing? Obviously, it takes weeks to set this kind of thing up, so, it's not something you can see every day. Pilots, what was it like for you guys? It was actually quite hard for us because, like I said, baddies kept popping in and out of scope.
Frustratingly ineffective.
It wasn't too bad. Like I said, I picked up the low ones at 120 miles out. The only frustrating part would be when I called out I saw something, and then you would try to tell me I didn't see it.
It wasn't our fault though, Simba, because remember, we couldn't see it. As you'll see, it just disappeared, so it was difficult.
Yeah.
So we thought you were getting it wrong.
Now, I saw what Simba saw. The problem I had is their jamming was so strong
Well,
that I couldn't get a range on them. That's why I ended up overflying them.
that's a real thing, obviously. That's why they carry those giant jammers on, yeah.
But I mean, aside from that though, right? So I thought because it was just the 2 of us and we were talking and we were calling out what we could see, he could see it, and I felt like, okay, you've got eyes on them. I know there's another thing out there. My radar can see further, so I'm gonna leave you to what we know, and I'm gonna keep scanning. Once it got to the point where it's like, all right, Cortana's like, hey, the bigger threat is actually what I had vectored Cannonball to. And then she vectored me back towards them. That worked out well. That was a good, I'd say that's kind of a good, between AWACS and the 2 fighters that were out at the West. I mean, like I said, I think we had the advantage of it just kind of being the 2 of us in that sector.
I found that I could lock the F-14 radar on despite jamming at about 70 miles, got burned through. Launched the Phoenix, should have easily made it to the target pretty quickly. And it's a piece of crap. It's utter go. The first one didn't loft it. It should have done. The second one lofted and did about 500 knots towards the target. It's utterly crap. I launched at Mach 1.6, 765 miles. Should have easily made it. It didn't.
Yeah, I would agree.
He was definitely in parameters to take that shot. So I would say in all of my testing, the carrier as well as numerous escorts were killed every single time that I ran the test. So the humans themselves actually made a significant difference. We had 2 hits on the carrier, but it's still floating, and we lost an Oliver Hazard parry, but we didn't lose any of the Tychos. So it was really interesting seeing just how much of a difference just a couple humans can make. Because obviously the AI, like I gave them sectors that they were supposed to be flying in, and they kind of just go off and do their own thing.
But the humans do what you tell them, mainly.
Yeah. So, that was... it was really interesting to see just how a few humans changed the dynamic so much. I mean, the difference ended up being something like 45 fewer missiles being fired. And I think that's what made the difference is the Aegis systems just there weren't quite enough missiles for them to be truly overwhelmed.
And the funny thing about that is where we actually started off, the original battle we did, the kind of not scripted, but the set piece one actually ended the same in the, I don't know if you remember it, but there was a really tight margin about whether enough missiles were fired to get through. And we were slightly on the other side of it, just slightly too many missiles were fired and the carrier died. Your time round, it was just the other way round. Slightly on the margin, so that shows how important human participation is. Right, I hope you all enjoyed that, and bye-bye.